long for this. So a look at our starters for Orlando. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope. Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. And it's Carter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Hornets, Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Josh Okogie. And it's Williams in at center. And it's opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, B.A. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver.
Orlando with the ball after the basket by Charlotte. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Ball against Caldwell-Pope. Clock at 6. Pass to Carter. Stolen by Ball.
Great instincts defensively. He saw the ball coming back out and then made a play on it.
Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style. That was sweet.
Outstanding awareness and a terrific finish.
Now here's Suggs. The kick out to Banchero. And a miss there on the triple. Ball against Suggs. Now here's Ball. He's covered closely. Lays it up and banks it in.
You know, because Ball is so skilled, defenders try to get physical with him, rough him up a bit, but it doesn't faze him. That rarely works against Ball.
And there's the call on LaMelo Ball. That's his first foul. Carter, a screen on Ball. Here's Caldwell-Pope.
This is exactly where length and instinct combine to provide a stop. Ball doing it nicely at the defensive end.
You know, Clark, something Kentavious Caldwell-Pope brings, that championship experience.
And every championship team has a guy like KCP, a guy who can make shots, who's always there, ultra reliable, plays both ends, doesn't step out of his role, and all he does is help you win championships. I love watching guys like that contribute in a meaningful way to championship teams. And he's a fun guy to watch because he does his job at a high level pretty much every night.
Yeah, they've been pretty careless so far, racking up a number of fouls in very little time.
Here's Suggs. Pass to Banchero. Back to Suggs. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Now, since we have this break, here are the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. Second, the Magic.
It seemed like almost every time they forced an error, they converted on it. Not just winning turnovers, but taking them to the bank.
Here's Miller. Hits a three-pointer. Miller's got 5 now.
They've hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Great execution and attention to detail.
Caldwell-Pope against Ball. Outside Carter. The 3 from Banchero. Fires in the triple.
You know, I know some would like to see Banchero increase his shooting range, especially since he doesn't have a solid shot from behind the arc.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Jamal Mosley said they're so tight together. It's just organic. They're happy in creating these relationships over time. And it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
Out to Bridges. Six on the shot clock. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Wagner. Magic trail by 6. Here's Banchero. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
Ooh, getting up there. I mean, Banchero wants everyone to know he's a threat to hammer it down.
Here's Here's Okogie, defended by Wagner. Okogie, the pass to Williams. Up and over Carter. And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Recent years have been a bit of a struggle for the Hornets, Clark.
No doubt about it, B.A. I mean, they've dealt with injuries that have really been problematic and roster changes as well. I mean, very much a team in transition, trying to figure out who they are and what they can be. And it's hard to get things clicking when you're having changes in your roster compounded by injuries as well.
Knocks down the long J.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Drills it from deep.
The versatility of Carter Jr. I mean, he can shoot off 1 to 2 dribbles as well as off the catch.
Here's Miller on the take, and that one is stuffed right through.
Very difficult to slow him down defensively, especially when you have communication problems.
Suggs outside. Banchero outside. Suggs left side. Banchero passes to Carter. Okogie pulls down the board. And it's the Hornets on the break. Williams in the post. And Williams punches it home.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possession.
And so it's Brandon Miller. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hornets.
The defense has been giving them plenty of mid-range jumpers, and they've been making them pay for that mistake.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope, and it's Carter in at the 5, roaming the paint. Pass to Wagner. Suggs outside. The Magic need to put one up here. The 3 from Banchero.
You know, as a defender, Bridges is pretty intimidating. I mean, he does a good job of working at keeping you smothered up.
Over to the left wing. Banchero with it. He's picked up by Miller. Second shot opportunity. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Charlotte leading by 8. From the arc. Ooh, he's locked in. Green's his 5th shot in as many attempts.
Yeah, a sign of things to come, hopefully. I mean, once Miller gets going, he is capable of dominating games.
Picking up his second foul here, has to be careful because they can pile up quickly.
And stolen by Williams.
And that's 2 awful trips in a row resulting in turnovers.
Miller outside. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Huge night for Miller. We're seeing exactly why he went second overall. Brandon can take over a game.
Suggs surveys the D. Banchero outside. Banchero finishes with force inside.
Yes, sir. Paolo Banchero rising up and throwing it down, folks.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Carter, a screen on ball. Caldwell Pope for 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Okogie. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. Okogie, the pass to Miller. Back to Okogie. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Okogie's got his first points of the game.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
The big man, Banchero, showing the range.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile scorer.
Caldwell Pope against Miller. Pass to Williams. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Contavious Caldwell Pope, and the Magic surprising many league-wide, Clark, with how they've broken through.
And the way they're winning, I might add. I mean, rugged physical defense is their identity and calling card. Not necessarily what you expect to see from a young team, B.A.
Suggs outside, 5 to shoot. Banchero finds Suggs. This one for 3. That one doesn't drop. Charlotte leading by 11. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Suggs against Ball. Williams on the wing. Back to Ball. To the paint. And Williams punches it home.
And you cannot leave anybody open on Ball's team because this guy is excellent at finding his teammates.
And Williams over to help. Carter, the pass to Wagner. The 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Ball with it. Caldwell Pope covering. Back to Ball. Williams on the wing. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got his 4th assist in this one. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. Down by 15. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
Yeah, they destroyed this team on the glass in the last meeting.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the boards. They just pounded them inside.
And one move ahead of the defense, a solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Banchero outside. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
I mean, it's incredible. Banchero can be so dominant. A young player with such a promising future.
Miller outside. Puts up a 3. And that's not going to go. And so that's the end of the first half. Hornets out in front. They lead by 13. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The Timberwolves will face off against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. 8:30 Eastern time for the tip there. And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first half performance for the Hornets.
They're doing a...
And that is going to do it.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. You got to like what we're seeing from Brandon Miller.
Slicing up the defense, living in the lane. Terrific first half for him.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
They've got Yusuf Nurkic, Josh Green out there with Trey Mann. Then it's Williams, and it's Salon in at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Kicks it out to Wagner. And there's the call on Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. You know, Clark, over the past few seasons, we've seen a historic amount of 20-point-per-game scorers in the league.
And that's a function, BA, of the overall skill level being at its all-time high in league history in my mind, but also the pace of play, the way the game is played, three-point shooting, there's scoring, there's more scoring, so more guys are scoring. And I think on top of that, it's a little easier to score because of how the game is played and officiated. It's tilted a little more in favor of the offense for the entertainment value of point production.
And that one's good, man.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
Yeah, really good sign for them offensively. They should keep getting him touches. Make sure he gets shots here.
Howard, the pass to Batadze. Here's Black, green covering. Pass to Black. Here's Batadze. Here's Black. Still no points. Wagner outside. 4-3. Offensive rebound. Batadze takes a three. Shot's good by Black.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
Man, the pass to Nurkic. The kick out to Williams. He got a piece of it. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Lets it go from deep. Pass to Black. Beyond the arc. Doesn't go for him. Charlotte leading by 10.
Orlando foul.
Charlotte making a change here. Diabate's checked in.
First team foul. In for your Hornets, number 14.
Nurkic against Wagner. Nurkic passes to man. Outside, Green. Shot clock at 6. Nurkic a screen on Howard. Pass to Nurkic. Let's go with a three. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, BA. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time.
Launches a three. Hits the trifecta. Man's got his second bucket on the night.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Black, no good.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, BA.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Black passes to Batadze. Here's Black. Batadze with a screen. Here's Black. Green covering. To the inside. And Wagner gets it to go. Wagner's got his first 2 points of the night.
Going to have to bring more than that to slow Wagner.
Hornets leading by 12. On the wing man. He's got 5. Pass to Diabate. Up top man. Here's Diabate. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Charlotte has got 4 of 7 threes to go so far in this game. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And that one's good, man.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Here's Black, green covering. Wagner outside. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Black. Kicks it out to Wagner. The 3 ball. The shot won't fall. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. There. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for Orlando, on the wings, it's Caldwell Pope and Wagner. And Carroll and Carter Jr. make up the front court. And it's Suggs in at the 1.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
A new lineup here for Charlotte, and then Carroll gets it to go.
Oh, too big, too strong. It'll take more than that to stop Banchero.
Not going to go that time.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
Caldwell Pope with it. Guarded now by Ball. Now Bridges. Pass to Okogie. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
An acrobatic jam by Okogie. All of that platinum level athleticism on display there.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. And Carroll with a screen on Ball. They get the rebound. Left side, Caldwell Pope. Sinks the tray. Caldwell Pope's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Very effective at spacing the floor. Contavious Caldwell Pope has gone from an average outside shooter to a dangerous one.
There's a screen. Pass to Okogie. Miller against Caldwell Pope. It's rebounded by Wagner. Magic trail by 10. And here's Banchero. Suggs outside. Wagner for 3. And another 3 for Orlando.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from 3-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Pass to Miller. Ball stolen. And here they go on a free run to the bucket. Here's Banchero. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. Miller. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Miller's got 20.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Suggs finds Caldwell Pope. And Carroll with a screen on Ball. Back to Caldwell Pope. The kick out to Banchero. 4 on the clock. From behind the arc. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Williams has got 6 rebounds in the game. To the middle. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Perfect communication and timing on that alley-oop. Bridges saw the opening and then bounced right to the rim.
Oh, Williams with the block. And they recover it. Back to Caldwell Pope. Out to the wing. The 3 from Banchero. And Carroll missing again.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
There's the screen. Ball passes to Okogie. Back to Ball. And there's a call on LaMelo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Suggs, right side. Fires the 3. And so it looks like it'll be Orlando's ball still.
Magic ball.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Orlando again missing.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
And a comfortable win for them here. Game is out of reach. Good performance for the Hornets.
You love how they push the ball at every opportunity.
Yeah, they really dictated the pace, and it really paid off.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Brandon Miller.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
Banchero outside. Pass to Carter. Oh, he tries a three. Nails it from three.
Already an excellent passer at his position. Banchero just loves showing off his court vision.
For three, Bridges. Miller outside. Just 5 on the clock. Williams with the screen. Miller, he's open. They get it back. Pass the ball. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Fires from deep. Orlando with the rebound. Oh, and a fast break for the Magic. Caldwell Pope with a drive.
Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
And so it's Charlotte winning this one. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
And teams focus on situational awareness. Doris, what have you noticed so far this season?
Yeah, Kev, these situations are really all about execution, right? Are players poised in late clock situations? First of all, do they recognize where the shot clock is? Can they adeptly and quickly read defenses? So those are some of the things I'm watching for.
So the opening lineup for the Heat. Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Tyler Hero. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the 5, down low. Wiggins passes to Burks. Plays it up off the glass.
Well, you love the cleverness of Alec Burks. My goodness, how remarkable is that into the lane and finish?
Ball kicks to Williams. Bridges, right side. The 3 ball. And Ware pulls it down. Wiggins surveying the floor. We're about 1 minute into the first. Down low. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries again. It's rebounded by Charlotte. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Well, so many of their problems stem from turnovers. They simply could not take care of the ball, and it cost them in that matchup.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
That shot is off. Good D by Miller. Charlotte's gone 1-2 from long range in the first quarter. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city, plus he's already got a street named after him.
Miller with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins. And it's Miller with the jam.
Add that to the highlight reel for Miller. I'm sure it'll grow quickly.
And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for Miami. Trailing by 5. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin?
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David.
You see the decisiveness right there with LaMelo Ball. Makes up his mind on the drive that he's going to dunk it.
Hero against Miller. Shots good by Hero. Hero's got 5 points so far.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
On the wing, Wiggins, covered by Miller. And the shot goes down.
Well, how about the aggressiveness of Andrew Wiggins? So good at fighting through the contact, taking the challenge of the defense. That's beautiful.
Here's Ball. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Ball's got his second basket.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And it's Adebayo in the corner. Sinks the three-pointer.
No hesitation from Adebayo there. Had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
Here's Miller. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Hero attacking. Wiggins outside. Hero sets the pick for Wiggins. Outside, Hero. Fires the 3. Rebound by Williams. Hornets leading by 4. To the paint. Here's Bridges. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Alec Burks, and he's got his first chance at the line here.
Guys, what we've come to learn about Miles Bridges is this guy is a force on the offensive end. Whether he's inside or outside, you know he's going to be aggressive trying to put the ball in the basket.
Here's Ware, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. We've got Hero. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the center position. The Heat trail by 7. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard, and now arguably a top 25 player.
Here's Ball. The Heat getting the bucket. And the 3 off target. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Wiggins against Miller. And it's Wiggins missing.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Back to Ball. Pass to Miller. Charlotte moving the ball around. Burks against Ball. Driving in, and Ball slams it in.
What a nice-looking drive with LaMelo. Such a hard contest because guy can handle and he's got size.
Here's Hero, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Oh, the power on that throw-down.
That is what you call explosive elevation and a little bit of creativity to boot, Josh Okogie.
Hero against Miller. Back to Hero, and stolen by Miller. Goes up, and Miller throws it down hard.
And what an incredible talent Miller is. What a ferocious finish there.
Works for three. Excellent D there from Ball. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. It's his first trip to the line, and the first one at the line is good. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Miller with a wide open look. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Miller surveying the floor. Back to Ball. A three. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Here's Ware. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
Ball against Burks. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Miller. Lets it go from deep. And another 3 for Charlotte.
And with his diverse game and 6'9" frame, Brandon Miller can score in bunches. And on nights like tonight, it's really hard to get someone to match up with him.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat. Ball with the bucket.
What a finish by LaMelo Ball. Thin frame, but that length at 6'7", he can mix it up now.
Ware passes to Adebayo. Screen by Wiggins. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead has got down to 11 on the bucket from Adebayo.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Count it. Ware's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, nice ball movement. Hero's an underrated passer. Makes great decisions.
Here's Ball. And the layup falls.
2 points.
Ball's got the lead up to 13 now for the Hornets.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Here's Burks. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Alec Burks continuing to develop into a dependable scorer. He's got great size for a two-guard.
Alec Burks at the line for 2.
And Burks hits 2 free throws. Last game for the Charlotte Hornets, it was a loss to the Boston Celtics. Out to the right wing. Miller outside. Good on the triple. Miller's got 17.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
That'll do it for the first half. It's short. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half court.
Swerving off topic for a moment, I need you guys to weigh in on this. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, man.
And now how about those first 2 quarters of play? Just a dominating performance for the Charlotte Hornets. And that concludes.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Brandon Miller has been sensational.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far, the defense has not been able to counter it.
Josh Green is out there with Trey Mann. Then it's Williams. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Diabate in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Knocked away. 6 on the shot clock. Miami grabs the miss. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
Pass to Nurkic. Here's Diabate. Still yet to score. Green. Bucket is good. And the Hornets lead by 14.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Mitchell looking it over. Robinson sets a screen for Mitchell. Outside Robinson for 3. They get it again. Second chance shot. Pass to Highsmith. Banked in off the glass.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Man with it. Now here's Nurkic. Here's Diabate. And he makes it look easy, tugging it hard with one hand.
Well, this is why you love Nurkic. This guy is an exceptional passer.
Robinson against Green. Shoots the 3. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Robinson.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Drives to the hoop. Pass to Nurkic. Crafty move, and finished off by Nurkic.
That's just about size right there. Big Nurk, get up and get down.
Robinson down low, guarded by Green. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
The Heat trail by 13. Here's Highsmith. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
A minute 50 left in the third quarter of the game. Jaquez outside. 5 to shoot. Love with the screen on Williams. Here's Jaquez. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. And Doris, a new era began in Charlotte after Michael Jordan's departure as owner in 2023.
And Kevin, with that ownership change, there's always a transition period. And it may take a while for the Hornets to find success. But there are some reasons for optimism, and you begin with the young point guard.
Diabate's shot is good.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Love with the screen for Robinson. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Hornets leading by 12. Here's Mann. Second chance effort. Hits. Got that one from Nurkic.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's covered closely. Robinson a screen on Williams. Outside Robinson. Takes a three. The Hornets pull it in.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable. You know, he's been giving them points, but they still can't seem to get over the hump tonight.
And there's a foul called on Trey Mann. That's his first foul.
And that's sort of a picture of what not to do on those last two possessions. They're being way too loose with the ball.
It's a pick by Love. Now, here's Mitchell. Defended by Mann. And it's Mitchell missing. From the arc. Pass to Mann. Stolen by Mitchell. Right side Robinson. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hornets lead by 12. And coming up as soon as... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You'll love the unselfish play.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Tyler Hero out there with Alec Burks. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the center, locking down the middle.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. The Heat trail by 13. Now Burks. Here he goes. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, terrific quickness. The burst of Alec Burks looking strong inside.
Ball, the pass to Okogie. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Ball sets a screen for Miller. Off target from outside. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Adebayo kicks to Hero. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Hero's got 4 points now in the quarter. Ball against Burks. Bridges outside. Driving the lane. One thing this team likes about Miles Bridges, Greg, he plays a lot. He's always there.
And Kevin, on a couple occasions, Bridges has been near the top in minutes played. He's got that strong 6'7" frame, and it holds up well over the season.
Well, Doris, there's no question Miles Bridges is a talented scorer out on the wing.
You are exactly right, Kevin. This is a young man capable of putting up 20 points per game on a nightly basis. Now I want to see Bridges take strides as a defender. He has to show more commitment on that end of the floor.
And this is why many are high on Hero. Possesses ability to kick it up a notch and just take over. Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Oh, and there's the foul. It's on Josh Okogie.
Team foul.
That's foul number 2 for him. And here is Hero. And they come right back with their own three-pointers. Hero's got 9 points here in the second half.
He totally lost his defender, broke his ankles, then knocks down the jumper.
Yeah, and it's one thing to score on a guy, it's another to flat-out torture.
Miller, no up. The Heat trail by 9. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Hero from long range. Bridges with the board.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
On the wing, Wiggins, covered by Miller. Back to Burks. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Well, Burks has exceptional athleticism, and ooh, he flies to the cup.
Out to Bridges from downtown. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got his 5th assist in this one. Miller against Wiggins. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Williams with the block. And Charlotte turns it over again.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Heat trail by 10. Burks, the pass to Adebayo. Plays it up and banks it in.
Just playing so strong down low. Adebayo knows you got to be ready for the fight inside.
And Ball slams it in.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
Here's Wiggins driving to the basket. And Wiggins throws it down.
Well, Andrew Wiggins, elite quickness, the power finish, that is beautiful.
Out to Miller. Back to Ball. Miller against Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. And it's Ball penetrating, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And here we go with Miller running up the court. Pass the ball. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
Disappointing day for them. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
Miller, and it's Miller with the jam.
And Miller moves well for a guy his size and finds the shot there off the drive.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm. understand. They like to play at their pace.
Yeah, and there's not many teams like that anymore, but it's all about the details and execution for these teams to maximize their possession.
And the starting lineup for Miami, they've got Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero is out there with Alec Burks. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the center position, locking down the middle. Back to Suggs. Knocks down the triple.
And you know, Suggs seems to be shooting it with more confidence now, especially from deep.
Hero against Caldwell Pope. Hero with the bucket.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm. Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley. Right away, he acknowledged they're facing one of the best defensive players in the league in Bam Adebayo. He told me Bam can do it all. He can protect the rim, he can defend in isolation, he can rebound. So we have to keep our composure, be aware of his presence, and not let him dictate what we do. All right, let's send it back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Well, Coach, the Heat have had some deep playoff runs recently, making the finals twice in 5 years.
Yeah, Brian, and what's really interesting is that they've only been higher than a 5 seed once in that span. They just hit a different gear in the playoffs.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. 8 points in his last time out. Banchero outside. Kicks it out to Wagner. Banchero with a screen on Wiggins. Clock at 4. Wagner, the pass to Carter. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo with it. Pass to Hero. Adebayo, a screen on Suggs. Burks for 3. Here's Hero. And he drives in. No luck. They battled on the glass, but they couldn't knock it down. Caldwell Pope with it. Now Burks defending. Stolen by Burks. Boom! He jams it straight down.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Wiggins, and he jams it home with authority.
Making it look so easy. Wiggins has crazy hops. Can really get up there.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's Caldwell Pope with the drive. Banchero against Adebayo. Back to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 5. And he dunks it down.
Caldwell Pope is one of those guys who just loves to come after you.
The Heat have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Adebayo sets a screen. Hero, the pass to Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. Pass to Banchero. Back to Caldwell Pope. We've got 1:13 left in the first. Carter, a screen on Hero. Here's Caldwell Pope going inside, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Well, quick feet get Caldwell Pope straight to his bucket.
Caldwell Pope against Hero. And he banks in the layup. Hero's got 6.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. 40 seconds left in the first quarter here. Wiggins against Suggs. Wiggins left side. Shakes him. And it's good on the lay-in.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Outside, Caldwell Pope. Banchero with a screen on Hero. The kick out to Banchero. Wagner outside. What if it goes? No good. Misses at the buzzer. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. And it's Wagner in at the 3. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Now here's Hero. They really needed more from him in the loss to Cleveland. Adebayo passes to Wiggins.
Wow!
Yeah, what a creative dunker Wiggins is. It's really fun watching him rise up and finish with power.
Hero against Caldwell Pope. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Now here's Hero. And Kentavious Caldwell Pope picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Caldwell Pope against Hero. Adebayo up top. 6 to shoot.
That's a good contest from Caldwell Pope. He is a very good wing defender.
How about Paolo Banchero, coach? What a special talent. The first overall pick back in 2022, and then the Rookie of the Year.
Well, Brian, he's not just a scorer. He's a 6'10" playmaker, and getting that out of someone who plays on the front line and can also play as a small ball 5, Banchero's versatility makes him very valuable. Well, that's textbook pick and roll basketball. Adebayo just taking what the defense gives him.
Caldwell Pope against Hero. And it's good. 2 points. Caldwell Pope's got 4 points now in the quarter.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Caldwell Pope against Hero. Pass to Ware. The rebound by Carter. The Magic had gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Caldwell Pope with it. Hero picks him up. The 3 from Banchero. Rebound Miami.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Burks against Caldwell Pope. And he throws it down with one hand.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. Now here's Banchero. No made baskets yet. Yes, it's good.
He will muscle his way down the lane. Watch out when Banchero comes tumbling by.
Wagner against Burks. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. It's Wiggins on the wing. The baseline J. It's rebounded by Banchero. Orlando has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. Here's Ware. The shot no good. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Wagner, the pass to Banchero. From distance, Paolo.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile scorer.
Wiggins with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Hero, the pass to Wiggins. 29 seconds left in the second quarter. Shot to stop the run. Oh, Wiggins punishing him inside.
So polished from this painted area. Love watching Wiggins do his thing close to the basket.
Now Caldwell Pope. 12 points for him. Banchero the screen. Caldwell Pope, the pass to Banchero. And it's Orlando with another.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Magic. They lead by 5. Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Well, right now for the Heat, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, And talking about our game now, a very solid first half for the Magic.
They've been choosy.
Thanks for tuning in.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Without question, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope displaying his skills today.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spot, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
And on the floor for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. Duncan Robinson is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Highsmith in at the 4. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
Pass to Batase. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Black passes to Wagner. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Heat trail by 5. Outside Mitchell. It's rebounded by Batase. Orlando has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. Here's Black, checked by Mitchell.
Miami foul. Davion Mitchell. First personal foul. First team foul.
Just over a minute and a half played in the third. Wagner with a screen on Robinson. Wagner outside. There's the 3. Orlando gets it back. Pass to De Silva. Here's Black, checked by Mitchell. 5 to shoot. Kicks it out to Wagner. Here's the 3. Black passes to Wagner. Here's De Silva. Wagner with a screen on Jaquez. Back to Wagner. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
It goes on Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, and he's solid at the stripe. It's the physicality of Wagner that makes him so good.
And both free throws good for Wagner. Heat trail by 7. Outside Robinson. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. The offensive rebound. From downtown, he drops it from range. Robinson's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, this is what Robinson is out here to do. I like how aggressive he is shooting it from outside.
Here's Black. And he gets that one. And the Magic lead by 6.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
And one thing's for sure, when Duncan Robinson is on the court, he has the greenest of green lights, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, look. He's one of the most lethal shooters around. He draws intense defensive attention, and then he's added to his game as a passer and as a guy who can take the ball to the basket.
Wagner with a screen on Jaquez. Fires the three, and Wagner hits from deep. And now a 9-point Orlando lead.
Well, nice pass there, setting up Wagner in a good position.
Outside Mitchell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Mitchell's got his first 2 points.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Black passes to Batadze. They get it back. Here's Wagner. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. Orlando shooting their third free throw shot of the game. Heat trail by 10. Outside Robinson. Jaquez with a screen on Howard. For three, Robinson. Counted from distance. Robinson's got 8.
Well, we know what kind of scorer he is, but he could use a little help.
To the left wing. And the ball out of play. The Heat will have it. All right, now a chance to examine the rebounding numbers over the past few months for Wendell Carter.
And I'm sure he's not pleased with these stats. His rebounding has taken a bit of a tumble over the last couple of months. He's really got to get his energy back up on the glass and start fighting for boards again.
For three, Robinson. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Not many places on the floor Robinson will hesitate to shoot.
Here's Black. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Orlando shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Heat trail by 5. And we've got 28 seconds left in the third. Clock at 6. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Oh, deflected. Wagner with a screen. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Oh. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Orlando ahead, up 7. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. All right, let's take a look at our assist to the game presented by State Farm.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. Goga Batadze is out there with Wagner, and it's Black in at the point. That's who's out there for Orlando. Here's De Silva. Drops in the 3. De Silva's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
Outside Robinson. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Lots of ways Robinson can get to the basket. Defenses play him tight.
So Orlando ends up going with a new group. He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Caldwell Pope finds Wagner, and it's off from 3-point range. Heat trail by 6. Adebayo in the post. Put on Banchero. And finished off by Adebayo.
Well, that's on the defense there. You can't let Bam get prime-time positioning inside.
It's Suggs with a drive. Coach, you look at someone like Jalen Suggs, and they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
The play will be reviewed on the NBA rule. 2 minutes are allowed.
Still disputed, even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Burks, he's checked in for Robinson. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Eric Spoelstra's huddle. First and foremost, he wants to see more points on the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
Allie, thank you.
Yeah, they've really made a concerted effort to get to the line here in the second half.
Burks against Wagner. Burks passes to Adebayo. The ball's knocked loose. And stolen by Suggs. Orlando leading by 6. There's the double team with Wiggins. Wagner on the wing. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Well, with his size and power, Wagner can seem unstoppable at the rim.
Hero against Caldwell Pope. Fires for 3. The rebound by Carter. Orlando has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Caldwell Pope against Hero. The shake from 7 feet. Banchero surveys. 4 on the clock. Whoa! Emphatic finish from Banchero.
Ooh, getting up there. I mean, Banchero wants everyone to know he's a threat to hammer it down.
They set the screen. Hero for 3. The rebound by Carter. Carter's got his 4th rebound in this one. Wiggins against Caldwell Pope. Carter from outside. Adebayo grabs the board. Heat trail by 10. Hero outside.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Inside. Stolen by Carter. Wagner for 3. It doesn't go for him. Not a lot of time left for the Heat in this one. Pass to Adebayo. They still need this. The rebound by Carter. The Magic have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this 4th quarter. The 3 from Banchero. He buries it from 3. And the Magic lead by 13. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano a mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Here's Banchero. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
I mean, it's incredible. Banchero can be so dominant. A young player with such a promising future.
Pass to Ware. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Hey guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
They've also been striking from mid-range with great consistency tonight. They just owned that part of the floor in this one. And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Magic.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
B.A., the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Paolo Banchero.
Well, he was the catalyst for them tonight. Played a great all-around game, and you could see his teammates feeding off his energy.
Hero with the bucket. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Caldwell Pope against Hero. Right side, Caldwell Pope. Carter on the wing. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. And the Magic lead by 16.
Well, Carter Jr.'s got great ability to create shots, even quickly when needed.
So it's the Magic winning this one easily. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second.
regroup for the Charlotte Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Williams, and it's Okogie in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Magic, Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope, and it's Carter in at the center. Coaching staffs, Clark, have certainly grown since your time in the league. Do you think that can lead to too many voices in the locker room?
I really don't think that's an issue, Kevin, because no matter how many coaches you have, typically they are all in sync, and the head coach has usually put his staff together, and therefore they're moving in the same direction. This is what height in the backcourt gives you. Ball can get almost anything he wants in there because of that size.
Suggs against Williams. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Oh, good with the triple. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
I briefly spoke with Jamal Mosley. In talking to Coach, he discussed the hidden talents of LaMelo Ball. Coach said he's still a young player in this league, but we can't take that lightly. We've seen what he's done to soft defenses. We need to be physical. So we'll see if that defense tightens up for him. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Banchero.
When Banchero gets in tight, that's how he likes to finish. No layups for this big guy. He's all about the finish.
In recent seasons, the Charlotte Hornets, Clark, have been very active in the trade market.
Well, it seems like they're always wheeling and dealing. I mean, they're on a quest for that perfect fit lineup, moving pieces around, trying to find the right recipe for success.
Here's Wagner. Following the basket by LaMelo Ball. Banchero passes to Wagner. Lets the 3 fly. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Hunting for that shot. Wagner wants to eat.
Here's Ball. On the wing, Williams. Picked by Williams. Here's Bridges. Williams scanning the floor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. And Suggs throws it down.
Boy, I like how confident Suggs is on the break. Feels like he's fully in control in these situations.
Okogie, the pass to Miller. And it's Wagner with the rebound.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lead.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That is his first foul of the game. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Ball from long range. It's good from long range. Ball's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Flashing his long ball range. The defense has to guard Ball everywhere.
Carter with the bucket.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now, here is Miller. Okogie misses. And Clark, we're looking at Franz Wagner here. What makes him so effective?
Well, his size and mobility, a rare combination, and how good he is instinctively at the defensive end of the floor. I mean, he can get out and get in a stance and guard guards, and he also can bang inside with big physical guys, and he's very fluid in his motion, great agility. Love watching that young fella play.
Here's Caldwell Pope. His last outing, he had 8 points. Carter sets the pick for Caldwell Pope. And there's the second time to finish it off.
And with the leaping ability that Caldwell Pope possesses, he knows when to bounce to the rack and throw it down.
Here's Bridges into the lane. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. That one on Caldwell Pope. This is his first free throw of the game.
How about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Now, here's Wagner. 25 points last game, taken away by Williams. Ball kicks to Miller. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Magic. They lead by 4. Banchero has screen on Miller. Suggs dishes to Banchero. Clock at 6. Miller against Caldwell Pope. And finished off by Banchero.
There's some heat from Banchero now. He brings that ferocity. We know he's got an inferno raging in him.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Here's Caldwell Pope following the score by Charlotte. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Caldwell Pope is very comfortable near the rim, cashing in from there.
Outside, Ball. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Magic lead by 6. And the second. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Wagner in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, it's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Ball, the pass to Bridges. The three-pointer, no good. The Orlando Magic coming to this one following a loss to the Celtics in Boston. Banchero, a screen on Ball. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Banchero up top. He has 7. Carter with the 3. Cans it from downtown. Carter's got the lead up to 8 now for the Magic.
How about Carter looking steady and composed under pressure? That took real concentration.
Bridges attacking. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Ball showing a lot of effervescence on the offensive end, and it's probably infectious for the rest of his squad.
Pass to Suggs. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Bridges with the steal. Ball with it. Defended now by Wagner. Miller outside. Bridges sets the screen for Miller. Pass to Okogie. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Now just a 2-point Orlando lead. Drawing fouls, Clark getting to the line, all part of the game, but do you think players try and draw fouls too often now?
I do in some cases, but I think it's more on an individual basis. I mean, players have to do what they need to do to try to score the ball, but I don't think anybody likes, 1, guys flopping the draw fouls, and then 2, whining when fouls aren't called.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Hornets.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
Stolen by Ball. Out to the right wing. Okogie for three. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Knocked down that time by Josh Okogie. He's been working on that jump shot, and you can tell, trying to be more consistent with it.
Banchero is screened for Caldwell Pope. Boom, he chips it straight down.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Charlotte.
46 seconds left in the first half of the game. Pass to Okogie. Miller with the ball. 6 to shoot. Here's Bridges. Miller with a screen on Banchero. For 3, Bridges. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Orlando, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Banchero with the screen. Caldwell Pope against Ball. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
3rd team foul.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Banchero is screened for Caldwell Pope. Pass to Banchero. Now, here's Wagner. Over Miller. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive game so far. Hornets on top, leading by just 1. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
Take a look at Orlando. You really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason. Yeah, you have big.
And turning back now to talk about the Orlando Magic. What a close game this has been.
How have they kept it this close? Their D has been invisible.
And that's all for us.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
On the floor for Charlotte, Josh Green is out there with Trey Mann. Then it's Williams. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Diabate in at the 4 slot. Black, no good. Charlotte has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Clark with the Hornets, they were hit with injuries as hard as any team in the NBA in the 23-24 season.
Kevin, I couldn't agree with you more. They were so unfortunate in that regard, and it's not anything you can control, and it made it almost impossible for them to have a productive season because of those injuries.
The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Nurkic finds Williams.
Magic foul. De Silva. First personal foul. First team foul.
Orlando on D. Pass to Nurkic. The tray. And it's the Hornets another 3.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Wagner wide open. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Shooting in rhythm. Wagner practices these shots all the time.
To the inside. Here's Nurkic, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Nurkic has got 5 points now this quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Black, defended by Mann. Six on the shot clock. They set the pick. Here's Black. No good on the three. Charlotte leading by 4. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Now a chance to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for Wendell Carter.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
Green passes to Mann. Screen by Nurkic. Mann can't hit. The Magic trail by 6. Here's Wagner. Pass to Bitadze. There's the screen. Black dishes to Howard. The Magic again can't hit. Here's Mann, who's guarded by Howard. Outside, Green. That three off the mark. Orlando's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Now here's Howard, defended by Mann. Now Howard. No scoring in this one. Here's Black. Kept alive. Bitadze.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Back to Mann. Pick by Williams. Mann with it. Working on Black. Mann can't hit.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Good on the shot, and with that, the Charlotte lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Black. For Charlotte, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. For the three. And again, the Hornets missing.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
De Silva, no good.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Stolen. Here's Black. Misses the tray. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter of what is still anybody's ballgame. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. And it's Suggs in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the matchup. Ball against Suggs. Floats it up for Williams.
All you got to do is get open, and Ball's handling the rock. He's going to find you. LaMelo's got incredible passing ability.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Kicks it out to Banchero. Sinks that one from the post.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Ball, the pass to Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Such an athletic guy. Bridges just hammers it down.
The Magic trail by 3. Caldwell Pope, left side. Banchero kicks to Caldwell Pope. Banchero, a screen on Ball. Caldwell Pope. Miller grabs the miss. Charlotte's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Three-pointer. Here's Williams, and it's Williams finishing it off.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
Miller surveying the floor. Nice open look, but it's no good.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Caldwell Pope.
Look, tell you what, Caldwell Pope, when he has his A game on, he can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the league, and I'd love to have him on my team.
And it's Williams throwing it down.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Ball against Caldwell Pope. Banchero with the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Caldwell Pope against Bridges. They get it again. Caldwell Pope passes to Banchero.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in.
No shame or fear in this young fella. And Carroll going to take on any big shot. Love seeing that from him.
Miller with a wide open look. Drills it from outside.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Caldwell Pope with it, and it's Miller picking him up. There's Wagner with the 3. Wearies it from 3-point range.
Wagner, one of those guys that loves to deliver when it matters most.
Miller, the pass to Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
These moments are made for Miles Bridges. He wants to have the ball in his hands and makes big plays at big times.
Here's Caldwell Pope. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
He's able to hit the second one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Tough miss at this juncture. They're down 2 baskets right now.
And it's Miller penetrating. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Outside, Ball. The second effort. Bridges passes to Okogie. Back to Bridges. Banchero against Ball. Over Banchero. And Ball gets it to go on the assist by Bridges.
I see you, LaMelo, because if you want to be a star, you better continue to knock those down.
On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
This dude, folks, has ice in his veins when the game is tight. Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
Ball against Suggs. Now here's Ball. Tight defense on him. Pass to Miller. From outside the arc. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Caldwell Pope outside. Banchero outside. This one for 3. That one doesn't go. It's off. And so it's the Hornets who come out on top. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in
starters for Charlotte. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Josh Okogie, and it's Williams in at the 5 down low. And for Miami, they've got Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero is out there with Alec Burks. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the center position. What's not to love about opening day, Grant? Every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
Bridges against Adebayo. Outside Burks. Ball with a steal. Now the Hornets moving it up. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Yeah, nice quick transition play from Ball, getting out ahead of the defense and converting on the fast break.
Earlier, Allie LaForce spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Allie?
I talked with Coach about LaMelo Ball and what he said to his guys before the game, and he said to me, I just told our guys to be active out there. LaMelo is an energetic, springy player, and we can't let him out-hustle and outwork us. LaMelo is a challenging assignment for any defense. We'll see how this unfolds, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Burks, and that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it, and we see former Heat superstar Dwayne Wade back in Miami to watch the game.
And think about it, B.A., he's meant so much to this organization and to this city. It's really great to see him back showing his support for his old club.
Three-pointer. Gets the 3 ball to go.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes. Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. There's a screen by Wiggins. Hero for 3, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
And 3 for 4 to start, showing some rhythm.
And Andrew Wiggins gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
Andrew Wiggins. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Miller. Out to Bridges. To the right side. Ball outside. And the Hornets, another 3.
Shooting 4 or 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Miami has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc.
Josh Okogie. First personal foul. First team foul.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Hero left side. Driving inside. And that one is hammered home.
Love it when Hero gets in there and goes strong like that because he can bully sometimes on the drive.
And Ball gets it to go.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Back to Hero. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Ware. Oh, it's stolen. Miller against Wiggins. Now Ball takes the 3. On target from range. Ball's got 10 points.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
And right away, Brandon Miller showed that he was a star in the making, Grant.
Yeah, he's a 3-level scorer, B.A. He's very fluid as a player, and he makes the game look so easy. And he hasn't even grown into his body yet.
Bridges outside. Pass to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Now, there are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Wiggins outside. Can they get it? Some solid defense from Williams. Hornets leading by 7. Miller on the wing. 51 seconds left in the first.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
Hero for 3. The Rebound by Bridges.
He's got a nice feel for that crossover, but you still have to finish.
Miller knocks it down from distance. He's got 5.
Outstanding long-range shooting here early. They already have hit multiple shots from downtown.
Adebayo with it. Guarded now by Williams. Has to wear the 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Williams has got 4 rebounds now. Burks against Ball. Crafty move. And he lays it up and in.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Tipped. Leaps for it. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Hornets out in front, up by 12. We'll take... Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Hornets?
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They're just feasting on fast break chances.
Well, they've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
On the floor for Charlotte. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Williams. And it's Okogie in at the small forward. Hero for 3.
Excellent defense. Okogie taking pride in being a nuisance on this end.
Miller, the pass to Williams. The shot, no good. Oh, great D that time from Adebayo. Heat trail by 12. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind. Ryan, the way he sees the game makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Allie.
Great concentration by Hero and clearly bumped on the play.
All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
Williams, a screen on Burks. Lets the 3 fly. Charlotte again missing. The Heat have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for 1 more.
And every bit of the body control right there for Adebayo out there, going right through the contact.
You know, he's 6'9". Brent, would you call Bam Adebayo a small ball center?
If you were standing in front of him, BA, would you do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I want to ask Bam what he wants to be called, whether it's center or forward. It doesn't really much matter. This guy can play both ends of the floor and can dominate a game. He's got great strength, great length, and continues to grow his game. Watch out, when Adebayo gets vertical, that's a big Bam.
Bridges outside. Pass to Miller. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 from Ball. Rebound by the Heat.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Outside Burks. Back to Adebayo. Top of the key. Stolen by Ball. Tipped. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wiggins. All right, now that we have a break, let's take a look at which teams capitalized from the line last season. 5th on the list, Miami.
This was a good group of free throw shooters last year, something they really worked on in practice. And sometimes that's the coaches calling for it, and oftentimes the players doing it by themselves.
Ball against Burks. Launches it. LaMelo knocks down the long one.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. All right, a chance now to take a look at the steals over the last few months for Tyler Hero.
I get the feeling he hasn't been paying as much attention defensively as he should be. His steal numbers have dipped in the past few months. He needs to get back some of that intensity on defense.
Ball with it. Hero picks him up. Pass to Okogie. Back to Ball. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Outside Burks. From deep. Miller pulls it in.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Here's where. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
Miller can't get it to go. Heat trail by 13. Adebayo in the post. He's against Bridges. Hero outside. Pass to Ware. Adebayo from long range. Ball with the rebound. And Ball will bring it up here for the Hornets.
And that's 2 fouls for him so far. But I still think he needs to stay aggressive.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. The first one falls.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
You gotta respect the enthusiasm LaMelo Ball brings to his game. He thrives out here under the bright lights with all eyes on him.
To end the drought. And slammed it home. And the foul. A chance at another point at the line. That's on Mark Williams.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Ball outside. Here's Miller. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets going into the break up 12. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
Hold on, I just got an alert on my phone. Ooh, half off bowling after the game tonight. Who's in? And let's move on to that first half. Talk about a rough start for the Miami Heat.
They're getting cooked.
Thanks as always.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's played with great energy in the first half. Very disruptive at the defensive end.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
They've got Duncan Robinson. He's out there with Davion Mitchell. Jaime Jaquez out there with Kevin Love. And it's Highsmith in at the power forward position. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
Well, weighing around 290 pounds, not sure contact is really going to affect Nurkic.
Robinson against Green. Outside Robinson. Shot clock at 6. Off target with the 3.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Diabate. Outside man. Jacks up a three. Offensive rebound. Here's Diabate from deep. No good there.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
But Brett, the reputation of Duncan Robinson is as a shooter, but he's added to his game.
A little bit, BA. It's still going to be shooter first, but Duncan doing a much better job of reading some of the double team and action coming at him to run him off the line. So that assist number, that's been growing.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. BA?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And a big finish by Robinson.
How about Duncan rising up there and showing he's got the ability to throw it down.
Here's man. And the three off target. Heat trail by 14. Robinson on the wing. Green covering. The three is up. Jaquez no good. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 7 here in this third quarter. Williams up top. Yet to see a basket. Down low. And that's a foul called on Duncan Robinson. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Stripped it away.
Hey, that's just their first turnover. Overall, they've done a great job taking care of the ball.
And the basket by Highsmith.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Nurkic passes to man. Pass to Williams. 6 to shoot. For 3. Rebound Miami. 1:46 left in the third. Outside Love. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And the skill set of Kevin Love is valuable. Big man who can shoot the three. A great rebounder. And he's doing a lot of things well here.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
That was just great work to battle through contact and will in the shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Hornets leading by 9. The drive by man. Second chance shot. Williams misses.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Here's Robinson. Rebounded by Green. And it's Green with the ball for Charlotte. To the left side wing.
Heat foul. Davion Mitchell. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Outside man. There's a screen by Nurkic. Lots of room. And that one's good. Man's got 5 points in the quarter.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Here's man. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level. and his tonight has been high.
Robinson passes to Highsmith, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two. Yusuf Nurkic picks one up.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Miami shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the second free throw is good. Now here's Ball. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Appearing in and a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hornets. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Josh Okogie is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Williams in at the 5. Out of bounds as Charlotte keeps possession.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Always eager to find a bucket. Ball drops into his shot immediately.
Hero outside. There's the triple. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Here's Ball. Pass to Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
The playmaking ability of Ball. So crafty and skilled at finding his guys.
Here's Highsmith. Misses in close. Hornets leading by 7. Miller with it. Six on the shot clock. Rebound Miami. Ware's got 4 rebounds in the game. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Right side Burks. Now Hero. Here he goes. Wiggins for 3. Okogie pulls down the board. Okogie's got 4 rebounds now. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Adebayo's checked in for Highsmith.
Now in the game.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. The 3 from Ball. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got his 5th rebound in this one. Wiggins looking around. Pass to Burks. Kicks it to Hero. They set the pick. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Okogie, defended by Burks. Oh, got that one up quick.
I like when Okogie goes inside. Very good around the rim.
Heat trail by 9. And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's his first foul of the game.
A great job to establish position and square up.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Ball. Out to Bridges. From outside the arc. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. And now a 12-point Hornet lead.
Yeah, the instant LaMelo sees the opening, he's moving the ball. He jumps at the chance to feed a wide-open guy.
Team foul.
And here's Wiggins. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. Hits the trifecta.
What a response here from Wiggins, marching right back and answering with a triple.
Ball finds Williams. 3-pointer. Offensive board. Denied by Adebayo. Wiggins against Miller. Pass to Ware. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Williams. Here's Ball. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll He'll take 2 from the free throw line. That one belongs to Wiggins.
Ball seeks out contact sometimes, which means defenses have to guard him very carefully.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that'll push the lead to double digits. The Heat have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Hero, the pass to Adebayo. A clear look for Hero. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
And Hero getting to the spots where he can be very effective. That swagger he plays with is infectious.
And we've got 1:18 left in the game. Pass to Ware. Now here's Hero. Clock at 6. He gets it to go again. 9 for 13 so far.
And Tyler Hero not shy that time.
Here's Ball. And there's the rejection. And they'll keep possession. LaMelo driving. And he banks in the layup.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Here's Hero. Uses the glass on the layup.
In the flash, Tyler Hero makes his way to the inside. Nice use of his athleticism.
Miller on the wing. Williams a screen on Wiggins. From downtown. Rebound Miami.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
Adebayo from long range. Cash. What a beautiful shot. Brings them within 3. Ball outside. And so they foul intentionally.
That's just poor clock management defensively.
First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap, and I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
And so the Hornets take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards, and it's Carter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Heat, they've got Wiggins, Tyler Hero out there with Alec Burks. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Ware in at the center, filling out the middle. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
They set the pick. Hero against Caldwell Pope. From the arc. Shots good by Hero.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Banchero is screen for Caldwell Pope. Pass to Banchero. Clock at 4. Suggs with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins. And it's Banchero missing.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Hero against Caldwell Pope. Shots good by Hero. Hero's got 5.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Banchero. Here's Caldwell Pope. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 5.
And part of an overall effort for Kentavious going for higher percentage shots. That time working inside.
Now here's Adebayo. Inside. Hero goes up and lays it nice and easy. 7 points for Tyler Hero.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. I had it in me deep down, but that brought it out more. That combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. Now, Banchero. After Tyler Hero's three-pointer that didn't go. 4 on the clock. Fires from the wing. Again, the Magic score.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
They set the screen. Hero from long range. Hero can't get that one to fall. And at this point, Tyler Hero's used to hearing his name in just about every trade rumor that comes along, Stan. I would assume that's got to be a little disconcerting for a player.
It probably is, Kevin, but give him a lot of credit. It never seems to bother him, at least in terms of affecting his play on the floor. He still puts up big numbers. He plays with great confidence. Tyler Herro's an outstanding offensive player.
Now Herro, after Wendell Carter missed from long range. Shots good by Herro. Herro's got 9 points.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Magic have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Caldwell Pope.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
There's a good screen. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession.
Magic ball.
And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Banchero is screened for Caldwell Pope. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 10.
And the three-pointer, a big part of KCP's game. About half his shots come from out there.
Outside, Herro. Works in the corner. Takes the three. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope making highlights for the Magic. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Magic?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. And it's Suggs in at the point guard. Here's Herro. After the basket by Franz Wagner. Caldwell Pope against Herro. Adebayo with a screen on Caldwell Pope. No problem knocking that one down. Herro's got 12.
And this is why many are high on Herro. Possesses ability to kick it up a notch and just take over.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Although they were eliminated in the first round, last season was a success stand for the Magic.
It sure was, Kevin. I don't think many people had them even making the playoffs, but they fought hard, pushed the Cavs to 7 games, and gained valuable playoff experience.
There's Herro with the three.
And the quickness and long arms of KCP, he does a good job of getting into the shooter.
Back to Banchero. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Burks sets a screen for Wiggins. Sinks the triple. Wiggins has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look for it.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 14. Kicks it out to Banchero. Shot clock at 6. Wagner outside. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Heat trail by 5. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Burks kicks to Adebayo. 5 on the clock. Takes it inside. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And contact can't slow Adebayo down. He's not afraid to get physical when he's attacking.
Well, we're used to the stretch big men these days, Stan. That's not Bam Adebayo's game, though. How is he still effective?
Well, Kevin, Bam is a highly skilled big in his own right. He just doesn't have the three-point shot, but he's got the ball handling, he's got the passing, and he's got the mid-range jumper, and he puts those things together into a very effective package.
Yeah, he has a good handle, doesn't he?
He's got a great handle.
Now, here's Caldwell Pope. 14 points for him. No good. That's just his first miss in 7 shots. Here's Ware. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. 1:31 left to play in the first half. Burks' shot is good.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Kicks it out to Banchero. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
1:16 left in the first half. Caldwell Pope against Hero. The shot by Carter. Nobody around to stop the drought. It's hauled in by Hero. He'd have gotten 4 of the first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shot of the Raptors. He punched it in.
Are you kidding me?
And what a powerful player Wiggins can be. Dunks like this remind you of that elite level athleticism.
Caldwell Pope. Break D that time from Adebayo. Burks with it. Defended now by Wagner. Pass to Hero. Off target with his 3. Orlando trailing here. Here's Suggs. And here's Banchero. Caldwell Pope outside. Shot clock at 5. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Another miss by Orlando. And now Adebayo pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Here's Ware. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet. Ware's got the lead up to 4 now for the Heat. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Miami ahead. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Kentavious Caldwell Pope really making a difference here.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Mitchell is out there with Duncan Robinson. Then there's Kevin Love. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Jovic in at the power forward position. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. Love with the buckets. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set. And there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
And the dunk by Love.
Although Love plays with a lot of finesse, I love seeing him throw it down like that, showing how he can still elevate with the best of them.
The offensive rebound. Pass to Black. Here's Bitadze. There's the triple. They get it back. Here's Black. Gets another look. Tries it again. High, arcing shot. That's it, and the Miami lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Bitadze.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
Instead, it seems like time and again, the Heat uncover those hidden gems of turning unknowns into big contributors.
That's one of the things they do best, Kevin. The list of names like that is long, but look no further than Udonis Haslem, whose jersey they retired last season. Their hard work culture seems to breed those kind of success stories.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the Magic retired the first jersey number in their franchise's history, that of our esteemed colleague and Hall of Famer, Shaquille O'Neal. Orlando's #1 pick back in 1992, Shaq went on to lead them to their first NBA Finals appearance in 1995. The honor is well-deserved, Kevin.
Yep, he's our teammate, isn't he, David? We love him as a guy, and we love him as a player. Jaquez can't hit. And it's Orlando's ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Black. Pass to Bitadze. Magic moving the ball around. Black in the post. Covered by Mitchell. 2 points. That one goes. Now it's a 5-point Orlando lead.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stat. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
And Robinson wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer is right on target.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Orlando, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. And here's Love for 3. The shot, no good. Orlando's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Black the pass to Bitadze. Now here's Howard. There's a screen. Pass to Black. Launches it from deep. Here's Bitadze. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Robinson kicks to Love. A three-pointer off the mark. Magic leading by 4. 40 seconds left to play here in the third. Pass to De Silva. Back to Black. For 3. Miami grabs the miss. Love dishes to Robinson. Hits the three-point bomb. Robinson's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Heat. Here's Black, covered by Mitchell. Wagner with it. Here's Bitadze. Wow! Huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
He released it just in the nick of time.
And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Magic. They're up by 4. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Suggs in at the 1 spot. The Heat trail by 4. And here is Hero. Floats one up. Banchero grabs the board.
I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
Burks with the steal. And oh, here we go. Burks got it. A fast break chance. Hits it from three-point range.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Exit out to Banchero. Clock at 4. Wiggins with some nice D. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Adebayo with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
Suggs against Wiggins. Now here's Suggs. Defense is right there. And it's Carter missing. Heat have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Hero, no good. Orlando trailing here. Caldwell Pope outside. Carter outside. Back to Caldwell Pope. Banchero outside.
And on paper, Paolo Banchero has so many appealing attributes. His size, build, the ability to find shots. You can easily see why scouts were enamored with this guy as a prospect.
Both free throws good from Banchero. Heat shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Adebayo with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Hero attacking.
A flashy play by Hero off the drive, turning his speed into airtime for a dunk.
Wagner kicks to Banchero. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Now Suggs back to Banchero from downtown. Here's Carter with 1 on the clock, and then Carter with the dunk. We can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Yeah, no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
Adebayo passes to Ware. Now Hero. Burks on the wing. Shoots the 3. Hero, no good. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for Orlando. They lead by 1. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter. And the 3 ball is good.
And there you go. A confident scorer. KCP coming up big when they need it.
And Adebayo throws it down.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
Banchero dishes to Caldwell Pope. Banchero looking around. Carter on the wing. Basket good. And the Magic lead by 4.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Burks can't get it to go.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Adebayo against Banchero. Caldwell Pope outside. Banchero outside. It's deflected.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Suggs against Wiggins. It's in!
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
6 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Burks. It's good. Ripped away. Cans it to force overtime.
Gets the big-time shot to fall, folks, and now we're headed to OT.
And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Here's Hero. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Carter in at center. Here's Burks. Buries it down low. Burks has got the first points here in the overtime period for the Heat. And Stan, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. And I love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of size and length, skill and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But the guy that combines the most of those things that I would take, Nikola Jokic.
Burks kicks to Adebayo. Makes it off the glass.
I like watching Adebayo operate inside. He is so efficient down low.
Well, Orlando shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Here's Banchero. And he lays it straight in. That's 7 points for Paolo Banchero.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
Adebayo against Banchero. Now, here's Adebayo. He's guarded close. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Orlando leading. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
He better get used to these late game scenarios. Banchero getting a nice taste of it right there.
Oh, come on. You cannot let that happen in this situation.
There's the drive. And finished off by Banchero.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like a Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Here's Burks. Power down with both hands.
Going to the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Carter with a screen on Hero. Out to Carter. Pass to Banchero. Back to Carter. Yes!
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. You can see some muscle.
Well, some urgency from him there. Sure. Money!
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
They set the pick. And a wide-open look for Hero. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Oh, and he quieted down the crowd with that shot. Big play.
That was a punch in the gut to those fans.
Kicks it out to Wiggins. From outside, off the mark. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Suggs. Kicks it out to Banchero. Misses the shot. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. And to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it